Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince, again with the Mike Prince Show from the Open Mic Broadcast Network. National Signing Day throughout the nation. As we promised, we cover everything from the rooter to the tutor when it comes to HBCU. And I'm personally excited about our next guest on the line, coming from my old stomping grounds in Jefferson City, Missouri, leading the Lincoln Blue Tigers, and that is none other than Coach Steve Smith. How you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing good, Mike. How about yourself?
Well, we're excited as well. Welcome to the Open Mic family. A lot to talk about, and as they say, a short time to get there. But first, let's bring us up to speed on how you're liking your 2018 class of recruits for the Blue Tigers.
I'm very pleased at what we did this year. We had a lot more time compared to what we did last year coming in December to get out and, the biggest things we were able to get done what we need to get done in mid-Missouri last year. And this year we kind of opened up the ramps a little bit. We spent a lot of time in Georgia. We spent a lot of time in Illinois, as well as 90 miles out from Jeff City, and as well as Kansas. We really blitzed the Missouri area in Kansas City and St. Louis. So I'm very pleased with what we got. I'm very excited about these young men that's coming in here. I think some of them can help us right now. Some of them are going to be, a year away kind of developmental guys. But we have a very solid foundation of freshmen and sophomores who actually played last year. So that's the good thing. You got guys coming back who are going to be sophomores and juniors who played and had great experience. So these young guys come in and be able to compete and be a part of what we're trying to build here.
Well, normally when you have a class of 40, 35 or so, you're praying that if I can get 15 to 16 of these guys who could stick, and when I say stick, that could come in and be immediate impact players, then you have to consider it a successful class.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that we went after was DBs and O-linemen. We signed 9 offensive linemen, so that was very big for us. Last year our O-line just did not play well at all. It just didn't fit what we were trying to get done. One of the biggest things that'll change this year is that I'm coaching the offensive line myself, which is my craft. It's what I've been doing for the last 20 years of my career. And, we just have to be more technically sound, more knowledgeable about the game, and use our athletic ability to enhance that. And that's what we're doing now. So that's going to be a big change this year. I expect the offensive line to be a lot better, a lot more focused because of the guys we brought in. I recruited a different kind of HBCU kid. I recruited a kid who was very adamant in the classroom as well as on the field, instead of just that true athlete. Because I need guys who are going to be smart. I need guys who are going to understand, because our conference is not a true HBCU conference. So I need guys who are going to fit the mold and what we're, and be able to be disciplined in what we're trying to get done. At the DB position was a big one. We signed 3 kids out of Tucker. They had 4 DBs at Tucker that we were going after. We signed 3. One went to University of Tennessee. So we knew we was on the right track because all these young men were offered good opportunities at big major schools, as well as major D2 schools and major FCS schools, and as you see, FBS schools. So we knew we were on the right track. And then the great thing about that Tucker defensive backfield didn't give up very many touchdowns this year. When I'm talking about single-digit touchdowns that they gave up this year. So that lets you know you're on the right track of getting guys in. But we also, you look at Drake Rucker, who's 6'7", 315 pounds, out of Mobley, Missouri, from the mid-central Missouri area. Drake was a really good asset to what we're doing. Brings more depth at our tackle position, along with DeAndre Newdall, who's out of Riverview in St. Louis. He brings, he's 6'7", 315, 320 pounds. Brings another depth in our tackle position. So we made sure that we hit the areas that we needed, which was offensive line and DB.
Well, it always sounds good when you can go after those treasured players and be able to add some depth, and it sounds like quality to your program. We're speaking right now with Coach Steve Smith of the Lincoln Blue Tigers in Jefferson City, Missouri. Now, Coach, I guess the magic question, you've had success pretty much everywhere you've gone. What led you to Lincoln? And a lot of people are saying, even why Lincoln?
I think the biggest thing was why Lincoln was after talking to our athletic director, Coach Mosley, and speaking to Dr. Rome and the administrators here and everything. It was a no brainer. They wanted to win. They wanted to have a successful program. Now everybody can say that, but only a few can show you that. And what they did was they showed it to me by putting the money where their mouth is by brand new facilities, up in the scholarships, doing all those different things. I've talked to a lot of different programs who've been interested in me as a head coach or interested in me coming on their staff, and some talking a good game, some don't. But Lincoln, I can actually say, talk the game that they were strongly about, and they put the product on the table and showed me, hey, this is what we're doing. Here it is. It wasn't about, hey, this is the wish list. This is what we got, and this is what we're doing right now. So that was the big thing. And then once you got to know Coach Mosley and Dr. Rome and Willie Jude and Joseph, and even the Lincoln athletic staff here. I mean, man, it's just a big family. So you would love to be here and be a part of this because everything is on the right track. So now we got to get the W. I look at last year as a year of progressing. I thought I could build Rome in a day. I'm true to honestly say that I thought I could build Rome in a day, and I could not. So I understood that, but I saw the progress. I saw the process that I'm using, and I saw the progress within the process. So now the progress needs to turn into W's this year. So there's no question that we need W's this year.
Well, the old added saying, the show me state showed you the money, showed you the blueprint, and allowing you to kind of go out and restructure that overall image and the culture at Lincoln University. Now, here's my question on the personal side of it. You just made mention you couldn't build Rome in a day. Is it safe to assume that many people that would take on the project, like a Lincoln University, when I say the project of a Lincoln University, who's had a struggle in being consistent in a winning football program, to come in and think that it's a piece of cake because you've had success elsewhere before you really understand what it is that you've gotten yourself involved in?
I would say yes and no. Yes, because you felt like, hey, you won. You won basically. I went to a place where I won with way less scholarships than we have here, and we were very, very successful. And what you maximize what you have, and no, because you don't know the conference yet, because I've never played in this conference. So that was the biggest thing for me to understand. This conference is probably more disciplined than any other conference I've been in, except for the OVC.
Okay.
When I was at Tennessee State.
Okay.
So and that was the change. That was the difference. We can't make the same mistakes that you make. When I played in the SIAC, I can make a couple of mistakes and overcome those mistakes through my athletic, because my guys were more athletic, and we were disciplined, but we wasn't as disciplined as I needed to be all the time. In this conference here, playing against a University of Indianapolis, which is like playing against a Tuskegee or Miles every week, playing against a Truman State or Southwest Baptist, again, you got to be disciplined on all aspects of the game, every step of the way. That's how it was when I was at Albany State. We played Tuskegee. We couldn't make those same mistakes because Coach Slater and his team was going to take advantage of it. We couldn't make, when you played Coach Ruffin and Miles, you couldn't make those mistakes. So it's different. So now it's like I'm playing a Tuskegee and a Miles every game, week in and week out. Can't make those mistakes.
All right, we're talking again with Coach Steve Smith of the Lincoln Blue Tigers, and you just stepped right into an area, Coach, that I've always promoted, and I try to get people to see. Yes, you're at a HBCU, but does that necessarily mean that all your players have to be of an African American descent? Thing about sports, I want the best players that will fit my program, fit my scheme, regardless of what their exterior looks like. And when I get through that hurdle, and then I get to the point of where I have to rely and play chess, if you would. You're in that Greater Lakes Valley Conference,
Correct.
A consistently competitive conference. A lot of people don't know about this conference because it's on an NAIA level. But these guys, they bring their hats as well. And sometimes we'll come in, there's no saying, is it hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard? You might have some of the most gifted athletes, but if they're not applying the consistently grind to be successful all the time, most of the times they end up falling a little short.
Right, and that's true. And just to make one correction to you, no, they're Division II level now.
Division two. Division two. I'm sorry, my fault.
We're Division II level, and I don't care if you're yellow, black, green, or orange. Like you said, I want the best player. You know, I was at a predominantly all black HBCU at Albany State, but my first All-American at Albany State when I got there was a white young man. My second All-American when I got there was a white young man. So I don't care what color you are. I just want players. Our team is very diverse. Our team is very comfortable with being diverse. I love that we have a strong diversity here at Lincoln University. That was another thing that drew me to Lincoln University, because when you play in different genres, it don't matter what state you play in, there's the one thing that you're going to always look at it's about family and team. And family don't have a color, and team don't have a color.
Absolutely.
You know, I look at a lot of these different things, but from high school all the way up, my team never had a color. My family never had a color. As long as I can trust the man next to me on and off the field, I didn't care what color he was. All I wanted to do was make sure that I could trust him, he can trust me, and then we could do our job together. That's what it matters.
Absolutely.
And I promise you this, championships don't have a color either. Championships don't say you got to be black, white, yellow, green, or orange. Championships say is no color. It's about a bunch of uncommon guys coming together to achieve a common goal. National championship ain't got no color. So I don't care nothing about none of that. I love the diversity we have. And, you know, like I said, what we're trying to achieve, and, you know, everybody keep asking me, do I think I shot too high for the stars? No, I didn't shoot too high for the stars. It just took me a little bit. It's just going to take me just a little bit longer to get there. But our ultimate goal is never going to change. And we're shooting for the same goal this year, win a national championship. I'm not going to sell ourselves short. Lincoln University is coming. I promise you we're coming. And we're going to win a national championship. I promise you that.
Well, look, I like the fire coming from my old stomping grounds in the state of Missouri. And the only color that truly matters is that blue, because when we all put on that blue on Saturday afternoon, we have one goal, and that's to finish that game with the win. We're talking right now with head football coach Steve Smith. Coach, do you happen to have your schedule already laid out, or are you still in the process of working that out?
Yeah, no, our schedule was done. We first game of the season, we go to Lane. We play Lane in a non-conference game. Second game of the season is going to be a big one for us because we go to Missouri State on a Thursday night at 6 o'clock. So that'll be a big one for us tonight. You know, we're going to really test ourselves coming out of Lane when we go to a Division I school, SCS school, to play. After that, we'll play West Stocks and Oshkosh. We've been on the top, you know, been on the top for a long time. And then after that, we go. It's either we go to Southwest Baptist, they come to us. We go into conference play. November 3rd, there's another non-conference game. We'll play Carlton State, who's been top in the rankings in Division II. So we got a pretty tough schedule this year.
Sounds like.
Besides our conference games, we have a pretty tough schedule on our non-conference too. So we ain't gonna take it lightly. We're gonna be nobody's walkover. We're gonna come out. We're gonna play. We're gonna play hard. We're gonna play strong. We're gonna compete, and we're gonna see where the ball falls.
Well, the blue and white game will be coming up in the spring before you know it, and before you have it then, the 2018 football season will be on the way. Now, Coach, I got to ask you a very serious question right now, and I hope you're ready to receive this. Since you've been in Missouri, have you had some White Castles yet?
Hey man, I'm from Chicago, so I always love White Castle. I gotta drive 20 minutes just to get to White Castle in Columbia, but hey, I always gonna enjoy some White Castle.
All right, man. You know, as they say, you know, you got to get you some White Castles in your life. And if you ever get down to St. Louis, maybe on a recruiting trip or whatever, it might be a little journey, but you're a big guy. You can handle yourself. Go to a little place called London and Sons, and I guarantee you, your life won't be the same.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, Coach Stephen Smith, of the Lincoln Blue Tigers getting ready for the 2018 campaign. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Radio Guy. Instagram is Radio Guy 22. And don't forget, we're on TuneIn 24 hours a day at Open Mic Broadcast Network. That's OPEN, capital MIC, all one word, Broadcast Network. Until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.